Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a card using the Into the Woods stamp set from Fawn. So I'm going to use both of the solid cloud images. I'm starting with the Lake Shores ink from Simon Says Stamp, and I'm going to be stamping my background. So it's kind of fun to use these different stamps and inks to create your own backgrounds, and there's just a ton of different options because I could do the same thing with many different colors and create kind of a rainbow of different cards. So I'm just starting by stamping this onto my cardstock at the bottom, and then I'm going to leave some space for my other image, and I'm just going to stamp the same thing once again. And if these inks are a little bit splotchy at first, that's okay. That's completely normal. Once they dry, they will start to even out a little bit. So I finished stamping that, and then I moved on to using the Audrey Blue ink from Simon Says Stamp, and then I chose the other cloud, and I'm just doing the exact same thing, but in the space that I left between the other cloud image. So I'm just stamping this. And this is not perfect by any means. I just eyeballed this and did it completely kind of organically. I didn't measure or anything like that. So these two colors are an awesome color combination for this card. I'm creating a fall card, but they're not really fall colors. I chose a little bit brighter colors for my background. I'm going to stamp some of the other images from this same stamp set on a piece of Coordination's 110-pound cardstock. So I'm stamping the tree with the espresso, ground espresso distress ink, just because it was a really dark brown color and I really liked that. I'm then going to go ahead and use a tuxedo black Memento ink to stamp the little fox. And then I'm going to use the green apple ink from Simon Says Stamp to stamp these leaves. And I'm going to stamp a few of them. I'm probably not going to use all of them, but I'm just going to stamp them all at the same time, just in case I need them on my card. Alright, I'm going to stamp one more thing. I'm going to stamp my sentiment, which is hello, with the sunshine ink from Simon Says Stamp. So then I went ahead and fussy cut out the sentiment, the leaves, and the tree, and then I'm going to color in the fox with some Copic markers. So I wanted the fox to look orange, so I'm starting with a base layer of the YR04, and I'm just coloring in the top part of the fox's face, and then the body, but not the end of the tail. I'm going to leave the bottom part of the face white and the end of the tail white as well. And then I'm going to add a little bit of shading with the YR04. And then I'm going to blend those together with the YR04 once again. Now when I was looking at this, I thought that was way too orange for a fox, so I decided to go over this entire thing with the E35. You're still going to be able to see the orange through it, but it's just going to be a little bit more muted down and a little bit more brown, which I think makes it a little bit more realistic instead of a bright orange fox. So to make the orange stand out a little bit, I just went over that with the YR04. And that just helped blend out the brown because it was a little bit splotchy with the orange underneath it. So then I went ahead and fussy cut the fox image out as well. So I have all my images here, and then I can go ahead and start assembling my card together. So I use the stitch circles from Simon Says Stamp to cut out the edge of that stamped cloud piece and a vellum rectangle. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere these down. I'm adhering the tree, the fox, and my sentiment down. And then I'm going to use the multi-medium in matte to adhere some of these leaves onto the tree and the ground. And like I said, I didn't end up using all of the leaves. I actually accidentally threw some of them in the garbage and I couldn't find them. So it's always good to stamp a few extras when you're making your card. Alright, to adhere the vellum piece onto my cloud piece, I'm going to use these Cool Tack 3D squares. They are like a 3D foam square, but they're clear. So they work really well for vellum because then you can't see them as much. You can still see them a little bit, it's just not as obvious. But what I like to do is just add them to the back of my images. So I'm just going to add them to the back of the fox and the sentiment and some of the leaves. So I'll go ahead and center that onto the cloud piece. And that vellum just kind of cuts away from the background a little bit. It just makes it more subtle. And then I'm going to mat this on a A2 sized yellow card base. I thought I'd switch it up a little bit because I usually use just white. But this yellow matches perfectly with the sentiment. And like I said, I kind of wanted this to be a brighter color. And it's not necessarily a fall card. You could use it any time of the year. So I'm going to go over the sentiment with my Wink of Stella glitter pen, just to make it sparkle. And then I'm also going to use this Wink of Stella pen on all of the leaves. So to make my sentiment stand out a little bit, I'm just going over the entire thing with some glossy accents. I think it just makes it pop a little bit more, and it really makes it sparkle with that Wink of Stella underneath. Alright, and then one more step, I wanted to add a little bit of sparkle with some clear sequins. So I'm just going to add a few of these down with the multi-medium in the matte finish. Alright, and then that is my finished card for today, so I hope you enjoyed this card tutorial. If you did, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my new videos, and I will see you back here next time. Bye!